Tiny Israel is no ordinary nation, and Israelis are no ordinary people. Their entrepreneurial spirit gave us cell phone technology, texting, USB flash drives, and the Iron Dome. The same energy drives research at Hadassah Medical Organization, where for 2 decades, physician scientists have studied the effects that stem cells could have on some of the world's most devastating diseases. While the U.S. and other nations stood still, Israel moved forward to unlock the mystery and the power of stem cells.
What we are trying to do here is to bring the treatment of the future today to the patient.
Stem cell research at Hadassah has enabled MS patients to get up and walk away from their wheelchairs. It has halted macular degeneration in laboratory animals. In the future, stem cells may prove to be the answer to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. Today, the medical world is riveted by the results of a trial performed at Hadassah with a new approach to ALS that promises to be the first step of a breakthrough in overcoming this deadly disease, which progressively steals a patient's ability to walk, to speak, to swallow, and eventually to breathe.
In ALS, close to 90% of the patients who were injected intrathecally into the cerebrospinal fluid were responders to the treatment, either in terms of the respiratory function or the general disability. And this is something that never happens in ALS with any modality or any treatment.
For the first time in history, Dr. Karussis injected stem cells from the patient's bone marrow directly into the cerebral spinal fluid of patients with amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, better known as ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease. Hadassah does 50% of the hospital research in Israel and collaborates with institutions around the world in the search for answers to devastating diseases. Currently, the Mayo Clinic, Massachusetts General Hospital, and UMass Memorial Medical Center are replicating Professor Karussis' clinical trials. The same approach is being used for multiple sclerosis patients.
In multiple sclerosis, we started the first trial in 2007. The progression of the disease not only stopped, but there was improvement of what we call the disability score of EDSS scale of 1 degree. And this means patient who is not able to walk without aid, and now he's able to walk without aid. It is really moving. It's so impressive and so exciting.
Stem cells can help people walk better, breathe better, and see better. Age-related macular degeneration is the leading cause of vision loss and blindness in patients aged 60 and older. Once again, stem cells change the equation.
The idea in using these embryonic stem cells is to try and see whether we can direct them in the laboratory, in the dish, to turn into retinal cells and RPE cells that can then be used for cell replacement and cell support in different diseases affecting the retina.
Hadassah has halted macular degeneration in the laboratory. Now, human trials are beginning at the hospital in Israel.
I do think that cell therapy is poised to be the next big revolution in medicine, something in the magnitude of what antibiotics were in the mid-20th century.
Immunotherapy is another frontier in medicine, marshaling a body's resources to fight off disease on its own. One of the pioneers in the field is Professor Michal Lotem. She began by vaccinating stage 3 and 4 melanoma patients with their own tumor cells. These were patients virtually without hope. 17 years and hundreds of successful patients later, she is working to create ever stronger immunotherapies.
We use this adoptive cell therapy, which only very few medical centers all over the globe can do.
Here is Stuart Greenberg, whose doctors gave him just months to live before he met Professor Lotem.
Every top doctor and institution told us there was nothing they could do, that I only had about 3 months to live. I'm doing great. My doctors here look at me and they're just amazed that I look as healthy as I do. They're very interested in this technological advances, medical miracle that Dr. Lotem has come up with.
I believe that in 5 years we'll have for each patient that unique combination which is curing that patient.
People is what Hadassah research is all about. The research Hadassah does today will affect all the people of the world in the future. It begins and ends with the patients. The goal is to make lives whole again, to ease pain. It is research in service to humanity.
I believe that who is benefit is mainly the patients.
Without you, Hadassah cannot continue the research that changes lives around the globe. Together, we can ensure that this research continues so that he can walk again. She can dance again. She can see again. They can live again. The power to defeat these diseases and so many others is in your hands.